Yes, students, we have taken this, okay, 59.5 and 78.19 to 123.27. Now, from the point of view of the equity shareholders, we need to add back the depreciation. So, if you take the operating cash flow, what is operating cash flow? This is nothing but your earnings after taxation and depreciation. Right. So, what we have to do is to your earnings after taxation, that is 59.5, I need to add back the depreciation, which is 100. So that's how I've taken 159.50. Once again, for the second year, it is 78.19 plus your 75, which is equal to 153.53. And we have got this. Okay. And the last part of your net cash flow is a terminal cash flow. Terminal cash flow in this case is what? Salvage value of fixed asset, recovery. So fixed asset plus recovery of the working capital minus the repayment of working capital, advance, term loan, retirement of credits, all this have to be deducted. So what we have done is a liquidation and retirement cash flow. So I have just taken the formula 11 plus 12 minus 13 minus 14 minus 15. Yeah. So how did we take? Now in year 2, we don't have any problem. But however, look at this. In the year 3, we have repayment. We don't have any salvage of the fixed asset. Salvage of the fixed asset and working capital is at the end of the 5th year or the beginning of the 6th year, in other words. Okay. So we have only repayment of the term loan, which is minus 50. This year also it is minus 50 and minus 50, and we have taken liquidation of term loan at the end of the 5th year, which is 50. Now how did we get this? 100 plus 200, which is 300. 300 minus 50 is 250. 250 minus 100 is 150. 150 minus 100 is 50. So therefore net cash flow is nothing but what you have as an initial investment. So this is the initial investment, that is minus 200. However, in this case, it is 159.5 plus 0, which is this. And I've taken likewise everything. 153.2 minus 50 is 103. 152.5 minus 50 is this. And we've just taken 154.87 plus 50, which is 204.87. So this is from the point of view of equity shareholders. Okay, let's move to the point of view of financial institutions. So everything is the same. Everything is the same. So let's go back to the operating cash flow here. Earnings after taxation, we need to add back the depreciation, which we have calculated, and I've told you how. Okay, so interest on term loan is also taken into consideration here, because the meaning of operating cash flow from the point of view of long-term funds. This is from the point of view of financial institutions, so long-term funds. So therefore, we have taken interest on long-term loan and interest on working capital. So how much is the operating cash flow from the point of view of the financial institutions? It is 199.5. 191.5 to 172.17. Terminal cash flow, salvage value of fixed asset, and you all know how to calculate it, right? So we have taken 20 and 100 only. And net cash flow is after adding up the initial investment plus the operating cash flow plus the terminal cash flow. So we have got this. Finally, we have the projected cash flows from the point of view of all the investors. Initial investment here is what? Now in this case also, initial investment, you know, it is fixed asset, working capital margin. So we have 300, and in case of all the investors, we have a total asset, which is the total investment that is towards the fixed asset, right? 200, and working capital is 100. So initial investment is not going to change here. It is initial investment only. Okay, and we have operating cash flow. Now operating cash flow in this case is, now let me show you the document. In the document, I very clearly told you, in case of the equity, we have already learned long-term funds. Look at this: profit after taxation plus depreciation plus other non-cash charges and interest on long-term borrowings. Terminal cash flow is salvage plus the net working capital. In case of the total fund, it is profit after tax plus depreciation plus interest on long-term borrowings and plus short-term borrowings. Okay, so that is the reason here from the point of view of the financial institutions, we've added back all the charges, okay, including depreciation, including the interest on long-term loan and working capital. So when you add back all this, only you get 199.5. Same way, we have to take the operating cash flow for from the point of view of total resources or all investors. So what is that we have done? It is 1 minus T, right? We have to take 0.30 as a tax. So 59.5. Now for instance, I'll just show you how 19.6 is arrived. Now what is the interest on long term? 28. Yeah. So 28 into 1 minus, please calculate, 20. I'll just put it across here. This is equal to 28 into 1 minus 0.30. This is equal to 19.6. See, this is how we got my point now. So if you take this likewise, you'll get the values 18.41, 13.51. It goes on like that. Just have a look at it. So that's how you got it, right? So same way, tax that is adjusted on your working capital advance, interest minus interest into 1 minus the tax rate. How do you get this? Into 12 into 0.70. Correct? So this is going to be the same. 8.4. See, this is how we got tax adjusted interest on working capital advance. So of course the operating cash flows is something which you all know. Add back all this and you get it. Terminal cash flow is just the salvage value of the fixed asset and recovery of the current asset. We just add this and got. Net cash flow therefore is equal to initial investment, operating cash flow, terminal cash flow. So that is how we got, students. So from all the point of view, the net cash flows will slightly vary. Okay. So yeah, I guess I have taught you how to arrive at the net cash flows, and this worksheet is also shared to you on the Google Classroom. So kindly go have a look at it. Thank you for watching. Hope this helped you.